Let us see how we can write a bubble sort program using function template in C++. So this is the sample program for bubble sort. As we know what is the logic for bubble sort for sorting the elements. I'm not going to explain in detail about the bubble sort. Here I'm interested to tell you about the template, how to use templates so that we can apply bubble sort for multiple data types from a single program. So as you can see, line number 10, we are writing a template. So by using a template keyword, we can declare a function as a template, function template. Okay, so template is a keyword. Now inside this bracket, I have written a keyword class. Okay, so template is a keyword as well as class is a keyword. Instead of this class, you can use a keyword type name, and T is a template variable and it will be replaced by a data type which will be used by the main function. Okay, so line number 11 here, we have a bubble sort function. The return type is void, but the parameters we are passing are two parameters. This is first is array and second is the length of the array. Now inside this function, we are implementing the bubble sort logic. Now while passing the elements, you can see here the data type of this array is t. That means if we are passing the data type as integer, the array type will be integer. If we are passing float, it will be float. If we are passing double, it will be double. So we are making this function as a generic function so that it will work for all type of data types, right? So this is the end of the function, line number 17. Now in main function, you can see here I have one array which is integer array and I assign some values to it. The second is a double array which consists of some numbers which are already assigned to this array. The name of the array is a underscore double, and for integer array a underscore integer. Now, this is the first section which is calling bubble sort for integer numbers. So, bubble sort is a name of the function. After that, into the bracket, I am writing the name of the data type which will be used for performing the operations. That means to execute the function. That is an integer. Now, after that, in the round bracket, I am passing first parameter as a array which is integer array a underscore int, which is already declared on line number 20. And 5 is the size of array. Okay, so a underscore integer value will be passed to this bubble sort and it will become a array over here. The t will be replaced by integer because along with this bubble sort name of the function, I am passing a data type as integer. And the second parameter will be copied to n, and then it will perform the bubble sort and the result will be stored in the array. Now after that sorting, this is a for loop which displays the contents of the array which is sorted by the bubble sort function. Similarly, this is the second part of the program which is calling this bubble sort function along with the double value. So you can see here, while calling the bubble sort function, I am using a double keyword inside the bracket to indicate that this function will execute on double variable which is passed as a template variable. Okay, so here a underscore double is an array which contains double values, and 5 is the second parameter which is size of array. Then this t will be replaced in within this bubble sort program. This t will be replaced by double. Now this a array will become double and it will perform sorting on that. So this for loop after that call will display the contents of the sorted array, right? So we are using same function for two different data type, first time for integer and second time for float. Now let us see what kind of output it generates. As you can see here, in the first case we are passing integer array, it is sorting that array using bubble sort and display. And in second case, we are passing double values, so it is also sorting the double values. This is how the bubble sort can be written with the help of templates.